Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Kim and welcome back to Uncommonkim. Hello, so today we're going to be doing the end of year tag. I saw both Meg from Meg with Books and Steph from Steph Loves do this and I thought, why not? I've done a mid-year freakout tag before and I really enjoyed it, so I really wanted to do the end of year tag as well. We basically have a group of questions that we go through, just kind of talking about books we want to read before the end of the year, new releases, all sorts. And I have all the questions in front of me. I want to go through each one, but before that I wanted to go through some stats very briefly, because I'll go into these in more detail at the end of the year. But basically, Goodreads. Goodreads goal, my goal every year I set to 100, and this year I did all the same, and I'm currently at 71 books out of 100, which means I'm 12 books behind schedule, which, don't get me wrong, like, it's okay. Like, I probably won't hit 100, but I never have, and I set my goal at 100 every year and I'm actually yet to hit 100, so it is what it is. But I thought I would go through also how many books I've read every year, because this will be my 5th year doing Goodreads challenges, and every year I set my goal to 100 and every year I haven't hit it, but every year I have beat the year before, which is kind of like, if I get to this point in the year and I'm really not doing great, like this year, I go, it's fine, we'll just beat last year instead. So that's my plan. So I'm going to go through each year and then you can see what I'm kind of aiming for. So I first started this in 2020, and in 2020 I read a total of 49 books. In 2021 I read 69 books. In 2022 I read 78, and in last year in 2023 I read 84. So instead of pressuring myself and trying to read 100, I'm going to aim to read more than 84. I'd like to read 90. I think 90 is a nice rounded number, and then it might mean that next year I actually reach 100. But I think that's kind of a nicer goal, because I have had a bit of a shitter when it comes to this year. It has been crap. I'm ready for 2024 to be over. I think 2025 is going to be a lot better year for me, so I'm much more excited for 2025 to begin. In regards to reading, I have had a lot of 5-star reads this year, but they have just been standard meh 5-star reads, so I have hopes. There's like a few books I can think of that's like, yeah, you're in my top 10, but there's not many, so I'm really hoping these next 2 months in the end of the year are going to bring out some more, like, you're definitely a 5-star read. Because I need them. Otherwise my end of year top 10 is going to be pretty shit. But hey ho. But anyway, let's get into the questions. Okay, so question number 1. Are there any books you started this year that you need to finish by the end of the year? I have 2. My first one is Can't Spell Treason Without Tea by Rebecca Thorne. So this is a cozy fantasy with LGBTQ plus rep, and I really enjoyed myself when I read this, but if you know me or you know this channel, I read this in June. June was the worst the worst month of the year for me. I'm not going to go into details. There's a whole vlog where I kind of explain it, but I'm not going into details. I got halfway through Can't Spell Treason Without Tea and then I put it down because reading was not my thing at the time, and I was really enjoying my time with this, and I really would like to finish it, especially now the next book has come out, which is A Pirate's Life for Tea. And I own that. It's like a blue cover instead of red, and I'm really excited to read that one, and I just think it's I've been really in my cozy fantasy vibe, and I definitely want to get to it by the end of the year, hopefully. And yeah, I am really excited to read this one and carry on, because I did love my time with it. So hopefully I will. The second book I read back in February apparently, so Goodreads tells me, but I don't remember reading it in February, to be perfectly honest. February was a long time ago, and that is Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. I am a big Cassandra Clare fan, and this is her first adult fantasy, and I, again, read half. I got to page 283 and decided to put it down. Now, I'm trying to remember why, and I honestly think it was just because a readathon had started. I believe it was Literature Readathon hosted by Steph, and I wanted to read that, take part in that and read for that. Sorry, the rabbit's causing carnage today. Instead of reading this, so I put it down in every intention of after the readathon picking it back up, and I never did. But I was really enjoying it, actually. I was enjoying the writing style as always of Cassandra Clare, but I was enjoying the characters, and I was enjoying the plot, but also the world building. I was really enjoying the world building with this one, so I would really like to get to this before the end of the year, just because Rag Picker King, which is book 2, is coming out in March on my birthday. So I'm very, very excited. I'm hoping Cassandra Clare comes back over here in the UK some point next year so I can actually meet her, because me and Lauren went to a book signing. And unfortunately Cassandra was ill, so we couldn't get to meet her, but we still had like a chat, like a group chat with her, and that was really fun. But it would be really nice to meet her and get her to sign my books. So yeah, hopefully I'll get to this by the end of the year. Hopefully. Next question is, do you have any autumnal books to transition into the end of the year? And I do. I haven't got it with me because I couldn't get it out of my book cart. It was quite rammed, so I'm just gonna put a thing up, but it is The Gathering by CJ Tudor. This is like a vampire book. I'm a big CJ Tudor fan. I really enjoy her writing style. I enjoy everything she's written. She's pretty much a 5-star author from me, and I really enjoy her writings. But this is her new release, and I believe it is like a small town vampire story, so still very autumnal, and definitely something I want to read before the end of the year. So I'm very, very excited to read this one, hopefully very soon. The next question is there any new releases that you're still waiting for? And you know what, looking at my list of new releases I have coming out, because I have like a whole list when I pre-order them, I only have 2 left for the entire year. That's crazy. Bear in mind how many pre-orders I have had this year. And the first one is The Whispering Night by Susan Dennard, which I am super excited to read. It is the 3rd and I believe final book in the Luminaries series. I've read both the first and the second book, and I loved it. It was really cute, kind of cozy vibes, but also fierce woman. And I loved it, and I'm really excited to get the final book in this series. I have been sent an e-arc, so I'm very, very excited to read this one. Hopefully I'll read it as soon as it comes out, which I believe is like not next week, the week after. Let me double check. I think it's the 19th. Is it the 19th? Oh good god, everything's changing. Yeah, it comes out on the 19th, so I'm very, very excited to read this one. And I am a part of a tour they're doing on Instagram, so I will leave my Instagram link down below. Go follow it, because I haven't gained followers on there in years. And then the other one is the Silver Blood Promise, which is a epic fantasy. I don't really know a lot about it, but I saw everyone and their nan talking about it. It is by James Logan, and it is a part of the Last Legacy series. I think I've pre-ordered the paperback because I didn't want the hardback. So I think it is already out, but I've just pre-ordered the paperback because I can. But yeah, I believe this is an epic fantasy series. It is quite highly rated, highly liked, so I'm very excited to read this one. The next question is, what are 3 books you want to read by the end of the year? So I found this really difficult. I don't really know why. But the first book I've chosen is We Solve Murders by Richard Osman. So this is Richard Osman's new release. It is away from the Thursday Murder Club series and is a part of a new series, which I'm very, very excited for. I believe it follows a daughter and father-in-law as they go around solving murders, or he's retired and she's solving it but she drags him back into it, or something like that. But I'm very excited to read this one. I love Richard Osman, I love his writing style, and the love I have for Thursday Murder Club, I do think that will always be one of my favourite series of all time, and I do wonder if this is going to come clutch, or even come close, but like we'll see. But I'm still very, very excited to read this one, and definitely want to get to it by the end of the year, because I think we're getting a new Thursday Murder Club next year and it really excites me. The next is one that you won't be surprised, but it's The Way of the Many by James Islington. I'm very, very excited to read this one. I've heard nothing but great things. Everyone and their nan is loving this, and I think I can love it too. But I just need to read it. I know that Jade from Jade Ray Reads loved it, and I know that Becca from Becca in the Books actually really enjoyed it as well. So I'm very, very excited to read this one. I just need to get my arse in gear and actually frickin' read the book, which hopefully I will. Hopefully. And the third one for this question is The Christmas Tree Farm by Laurie Gilmore. So this is book 3 in the Dream Harbour series. It is a romance series, and I'm so excited to read this one, and I'm saving it for like December, as yearly I do a vlog where I read Christmas romances, and I'm going to be doing this book for that, and a few others, and I'm so excited to read this. I love the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, I love the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. I gave both of them 5 stars, and I think this is going to be the same, because we're following Jeannie's brother. And that excites me so much. Also, I love a romance with a Christmassy vibe. Also, there is a really cute Westie on the cover, and I don't know who he is or what his name is, but I want to meet him. So I'm very, very excited to read this one, and I definitely will be getting into it by the end of the year. Next question is there any books you think can still shock you and become the best book of the year? I have 2. One is The Will of the Many, because I actually do think I can honestly love this, and it could become my favourite book of the year. Could it? Or if not, at least in my top 10. But I think it has the potential definitely to do that. And then the other one is The Fury of the Gods by John Gwynne. I met John Gwynne last week and I had the best time. He is the nicest guy, and Mark Lawrence is lovely as well, and I had the best time. And I'm so, so excited to read this one. So this is book 3 in the Blood Sworn saga, and this is the final book in the trilogy, and I'm so, so excited to read it. It is Norse inspired, and we have the final battle, and look, it's signed and dedicated to me. It says, "For Kim, a cliff ahead, wolves behind, John Gwynne." I love this man with all my freaking heart. I don't think I could love him any more than I do, but he has proved me wrong. And I'm so excited to read this one. I'm currently doing like a reread of Shadow of the Gods and Hunger of the Gods, so then I can just jump straight into this, being fully ready to absorb Fury of the Gods, and I'm so excited. And then the final question is, have you already started making reading plans for next year? And I have. I've already started putting together my 2025 reading journal. To give you a little hint, my theme for 2025 is Disney. I'm doing a Disney theme for my 2025 reading journal because I'm going to Florida next year and I want everything and my entire being to be Disney. So I've got a Disney journal. I will do, when it's all ready, I will do a flip through for you guys, probably more towards December, January time. You will get a flip through of my 2025 journal, don't you worry. And I do plan on trying to read 100 books again, and I also have got a few things up my sleeves for videos that I'm already planning for next year, and I also maybe starting a book club. But I'm not going to go into any more details about that until I start it. But yeah, basically that's my reading plans. If you're excited to know more about my book club, leave a don't know. Leave a pumpkin emoji in the description. No, in the comments, because today is Halloween. Happy Halloween. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are new, and I will see you all very soon for another video. Bye!